on Mother's Day. But this year, Lisa, since over the last 2 years, it's tended to focus on her and her relationship with Willie. She asked that I talk about something else, which is great because if there's anything I'd rather not talk about, it's Lisa. It's way too boring. But so she asked me if maybe I would talk about Mac and Willie's relationship, since WillieBuild is never going to span Father's Day. So first of all, just a couple stories that Lisa conveyed about Mac and Willie was one when Willie went to Mother's Day out at 2, he put on his white button-down shirt and had a little folder with a single sheet of paper in it that he carried under his arm. This was his business shirt and his business, so that he could go to Mother's Day out dressed like his father. You know, Willie was always a comedian, whether he intended to be or not. And then also a story, Willie came in from school one day with sort of this excited pronouncement that he had figured something out. Lisa just knew that he had figured something out, and she was waiting on pins and needles to figure out what it was that he had figured out. And he came in and said, "I figured out that when I grow up, I want to be just like Dad." And I think he accomplished that a good bit. As Willie got older and started playing music, Mac was always sort of the tech master and guide for the band whenever they lost equipment or broke equipment, which was often. Mac was the one to fix it or replace it. Mac did a lot of the recording and everything else for Willie and Clover Street. And after Willie was diagnosed, Lisa tells me that Mac decided that late at night he wouldn't go to sleep if Willie was still up. If Willie was still awake, Mac stayed awake. So they spent a lot of time just sharing the same space in the weekend room upstairs. Even if they didn't talk, Mac just felt like it was important that Willie not be alone, awake late at night by himself during that time. Mac and Willie took comfort in each other's presence. And so, since this is a devotional, and you have to kind of bring those stories to some sort of theological, religious point, it occurs to me that comfort that Mac and Willie felt with each other is not always easy to find in another person. It's not always easy to find in our surroundings, and it's not always easy to even find that comfort with God. To that point, I think of Job, how Job's friends didn't give him comfort, how his circumstances didn't give him comfort, and how God didn't give him comfort either. Since we're out here at WillieBuild, since we're out here serving, I think perhaps sometimes the best or the only thing that we can do, whether we lack comfort or we see somebody else that lacks comfort, the best thing that we can do is to offer ourselves to serve them, to build for them, and give them maybe with our energy, with our time, maybe a little chance for comfort, whether it's comfort of a roof over their head or a place for their family to live and grow. I got to experience mission trips with Willie, building. I got to see Willie hand over the keys to a house to a family in Mexico, and he took comfort in the fact that he was providing those folks with a place to stay. So I thank you all for coming out, for spending your time, your energy, your Mother's Day. Thank all the moms for being out here. This is certainly a day where you could be perfectly justified in sleeping in, receiving breakfast in bed, being taken out to lunch, all that, and instead, here you are, the chance of being rained upon to serve these very deserving families. So thank you all for being here. Thanks to all the moms. And let's pray and get to work. God, we thank you for all the gifts that you've given us, the opportunity to get out of bed this morning and come and serve in the way that you have called us to serve. We thank you for all the mothers, those who give us birth, who give us comfort, who give us everything that they can. We give you thanks for all these things. We ask that you keep us safe on the work side, keep us thinking of how best to serve. We ask that you continue to guide this WillieBuild process, guide the team that puts all of these things in place and brings together these volunteers for this very important cause. We thank you and give you praise. In Jesus' name, amen.